he had $21.33 in his bank account, a 5-year-old son by his side, and no place to sleep. Some nights they hid in public restrooms. Other nights they stood in soup lines for hours. But one thing never left him: his dream. This is the story of a man who went from homeless to millionaire, not through luck, but through relentless determination. And if you're struggling right now, you need to hear this. 1 to 3. The fall set up the struggle. Chris Gardner grew up in poverty with an abusive stepfather and no clear path in life. After a failed attempt at medical sales, he invested in bone density scanners, expensive machines hospitals didn't need. Money vanished. His relationship collapsed. He found himself with a young son, no home and no job. Yet he walked into a brokerage firm wearing a cheap suit, holding a resume stained with hope. 3 a.m. to 6 a.m. The climb, effort, rejection, and persistence. He earned an unpaid internship at Dean Witter Reynolds, one of the toughest stock firms on Wall Street. Every morning, Chris dropped his son at daycare, ran across town to cold call clients, and returned to stand in shelter lines before they closed. He made 200 phone calls a day, skipping breaks, skipping lunch, working harder than anyone else in the building. And still, he was sleeping in subways and bathrooms at night. 6 to 8. The breakthrough, when it all starts to change. After 6 months of hustle and humiliation, he was offered a full-time job. One position, 20 candidates, and he got it. That moment was more than a paycheck. It was proof that pain can be temporary. Chris Gardner went on to build his own multi-million-dollar brokerage firm, Gardner Rich and Company. 8 to 9:30. The message, bring it home for the audience. Chris didn't win because he was smarter. He won because he refused to quit. He believed that if he worked hard enough, long enough, the door would open. And he was right. So what's your excuse? What's holding you back? Your current situation is not your final destination. 9:30 to 10. Outro. Strong closing and call to action. If this story moved you, share it, because someone out there needs a reason to keep going. Subscribe for more stories that fuel your fire. And remember, the pursuit of happiness is real, but the pursuit of greatness, that starts today.